Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Allergy Smart TV. I'm your host Aaron Dwyer. Today I want to quickly talk to you about a couple of things. It's been another cracker of a weekend here at the Dwyer household and I've finally got 5 minutes to myself, so I'm able to actually record this. So I want to jump straight into it and talk about two things today. One is that where we live, which is in Brisbane, in Queensland, Australia, we actually have, for the first time ever, a public paediatric allergy clinic where you can go for free, finally, and actually see a qualified allergist with your children, because it's a paediatric clinic, and it's associated with the Royal Children's Hospital here in Brisbane, Queensland. And finally, after many years, it's open, and now we're in line with the other states of Australia that already have their public system in place for being able to treat and diagnose children that have life-threatening food allergies in general, anaphylaxis and all other associated allergy problems. So what does this mean for us? Well, at the moment it doesn't mean much. It means a lot. It's a good step, but unfortunately there still is an 18-month waiting list to actually see one of the doctors at the clinic. At the moment there is only one doctor, and that doctor is Dr. Jane Peake, and she's quite well known in the allergy circles here in Australia, I dare say, if not overseas as well. There's only quite a few doctors here in Australia that actually practice and specialise in allergies. So I don't know what it's like overseas, but it's something that more and more doctors are going to have to take up in order to handle the influx of patients that are coming through which actually have conditions of food allergies. I just want to state that in our paper, in our Queensland paper, is that we actually have now more and more of this sort of thing coming in. We're actually getting quite a fair bit of exposure as to what anaphylaxis is and trying to get the word out to build education and awareness about anaphylaxis and what it actually is. And most people have no idea what it actually is. That they're becoming more and more aware, and it's through articles like this that are written and most likely written in your area as well. So this is actually quite a good article that it goes on to explain about how our new allergy clinic, it's a baby step, it's a step in the right direction, but it's still quite a long time before you'll be able to actually go and see a doctor. Of course, if you have an emergency, then they actually have spots dedicated and slots within their day dedicated to see emergency patients that have of course had anaphylaxis and need to be treated and need to be diagnosed, so that they can have an EpiPen prescribed to them, so that they can get an EpiPen and carry it around with them from that point forward. Of course, for everybody else, we have to join a waiting list and go through that way. The one thing that I will say, however, is that unfortunately, for whatever reason, we went to go just for our yearly checkup. I got a referral to go and see, to go to this new clinic, and unfortunately two of the doctors that we saw didn't even know there was a new clinic, which is unfortunate, and that's just a side step of our own Queensland health system that we have here. It's not crash hot, unfortunately. So I also want to show this, which is our book that I showed off last week. This is being printed next week. Hurrah! Gee, this has been, I tell you what, this has been a work in progress, this project here. But finally off to the printers this week. The artwork is totally finished now. Off to the printers next week. Takes 3 weeks for printing, so we're very excited about that. And in the meantime, while it is being printed, I've got something special in the pipeline that I'll hopefully be able to release next week, should anybody be interested in getting their hands on a pre-copy of this particular book here, Jesse's Favourite Things even with food allergies. I'll discuss that next week. Now, I did mention last week that I was actually going to shave my head in the interest of Shave for a Cure for leukemia, the Shave for a Cure drive that's going on at the moment, the awareness drive that's going on at the moment for leukemia. I got my dates mixed up. It's the 13th to the 16th, or 13th to the 15th. That's next weekend, and it's actually next weekend that I will be away at a conference. So the next time that I record this, I think what I'll do is I'm not going to have time to record a show next week while I'm at the conference, so I will be recording it before I go on Wednesday. And what I'm going to be talking about is I'm going to be talking about Easter. It is a big thing to have food allergies, especially food allergies apart from just having a nut allergy, having an egg allergy, maybe a wheat allergy, maybe a dairy allergy. Easter is unfortunately quite a food-related holiday, much the same as Christmas is a food-related holiday. Easter is very much a food-related holiday, and it's marketed and geared very heavily towards the children. So what I'll do is I'll pre-record an episode, and it will all be about Easter. And we've been through 7 Easters, coming up to our 8th Easter that we've had to deal with. Easter with anaphylaxis to dairy, eggs and nuts, and so we've got quite a lot to say about Easter. So I'm looking forward to bringing you that show, and that will be next weekend. Until then, I'll sign off now, and I will talk to you next week. Bye for now.